All right, everybody, applause sync.
Wait, we gotta whoa sync.
Oh, right. Thank you. That is on camera now.
Right.
So how this works is
we don't know what it is.
Welcome to the Carpe Boredom podcast, number 8. This episode, you've got me, Shelby, and I'm joined by Clayton.
Hey.
Ashley.
Hi.
Logan.
Oh.
Brandon.
Hey.
And special guest, Oreo.
Right.
Meow.
Meow.
Right.
The
Can you
king
make
of the podcast.
Can you make him meow?
I really don't know if I can.
You can piss him off by holding him.
I don't want to piss him off, though.
See, if you take my dog and you scratch him on the back of the neck, he will start yawning like crazy.
Really?
He can't stop yawning.
Just like chain yawns?
Yeah, like, I'll scratch him and he'll be like,
I thought you were gonna say he'd meow.
No.
I was like, that's really weird.
No. That'd be funny, though.
Whatever does it for you.
So I know we talked a little bit about this. Well, first off, before we go anywhere, I just want to say thank you very much to everyone who participated from Carpe Boredom in Extra Life 2019, but also to all of our viewers who were there with us while we played for 25 hours straight, for all the donations that we got for Texas Children's Hospitals. We appreciate everything. We had a blast doing it, I think. So a big thank you to you guys, our viewers, and our board members for being there and watching and supporting us when we did Extra Life 2019.
Yep.
So thank you guys, and I hope you had fun. We had some interesting shit happen.
Yeah.
I'm still exhausted from it.
Me too. My voice is still ruined.
It is.
When I first got here, I'm allergic to cats, and so my voice got messed up because of the cat allergy. But then I found some non-drowsy medicine that lasts 24 hours, and it worked great. And then I spent 25 hours screaming. So then my voice was shot again.
Right.
I think we raised over twice as much money as we did last year.
I was trying to remember what it
don't
was, but
remember.
it's something like that. I think we did something like
Maybe
we
like
said something
$750.
like $375, and then I matched it for $750, and then this year we did $625, and I matched it for $1250.
Which means we're currently at $1250. We did have one goal we have not met. So far we met. The first one was $500 for Logan to do a Pokemon Nuzlocke. The second one was for Logan to do a makeup tutorial, which we have decided he is going to be doing my makeup and Ashley's makeup. And the third thing that we've not quite reached that level
Pretty
yet,
close.
Right, yeah,
$1,500 unlocks the ability for Carpe Boredom to make a calendar for 2020.
Right.
It'll be like probably mid-2020 into the full year of 2021.
So-
It'll be an 18-month calendar.
Yeah.
So if I understand correctly, if we reach that goal, then that allows us to kind of ask the community if that's something they would want.
Well, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to design and prepare a calendar, and I'm not going to show all the images that are going to be on it, but
Okay.
I will get it all prepared and ready to go.
Okay.
Brandon is going to help me. Right? You're going to help me, right?
Sure, we'll do it in GIMP.
Cool. Gimp it is.
Yeah.
And
God, no.
I forgot to ask Brandon to help me. Until just now. This is live. Thanks, bud.
It's
So
on
I'm going to
recording.
design it ready, and then I'm going to put it up on the website for pre-order. So that way, because calendars are very expensive to make.
They are
Yes.
So
not cheap.
we're going to put it up for pre-order, so that way we're only making the amount of calendars that people actually want.
Right, I
Because
gotcha.
also you can't, unlike a T-shirt, which you can sit on forever,
Right.
because people will always want it.
Right.
A calendar expires.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't
Literally
really,
an expiration.
I don't
date.
really want to make too many. I don't want to design it and make too many calendars and not sell them all.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So they'll go up for pre-order if we reach the goal, and I think we have until December 31st to do that.
Yes,
Yeah.
until
Yes.
the end of the year. So we only need to raise $250 more by the end of the year for us to reach that goal to make that calendar. And it's a lot of work, and that's why we wanted to make it a goal to get a read on the community, you guys wanting us to even make it to start with and spending the time for it, and then actually making it and getting it printed by doing the pre-order.
Right.
But I know that Logan's got some really cool ideas for it.
Yeah.
So I would really like to make it happen if we could. And it would be nice to add something else to our store at carpetboredom.com/store.
With our 3 items.
Yeah.
Hey, we have
Oh,
4.
speaking of store,
That's
I noticed that you
Right,
can actually sell
isn't it?
T-shirts through slobs. You can design them and sell them through slobs.
You can.
There's a beanbag. Did
Yeah.
you hear about
Yeah.
this?
No.
There's a beanbag.
me and Clayton stayed up doing stuff for pre-Extra Life stuff.
Yeah.
And while Clayton was trying to figure out a certain thing on his end, I'm like, while you're doing that, I'm gonna mess around in this cool merch store I found on Slobs.
Right.
And I'm like, it's a beanbag, and it took about 40 minutes for it to come up with the preview
Yes.
of literally the most disgusting looking thing I've ever seen.
But I don't know if we want to talk about like this, but is that something that we could move to besides
They have
designing
die-cut
it and
stickers on
purchasing
there.
the product ourselves?
So-
Because Slobs would literally take care of all of the back end stuff for us.
That's something I can look into to see if something we can do in
Maybe
the
we
future.
can do stuff that aren't shirts then.
Yeah, maybe. Like I like having control of our store.
Yeah.
At least like it's not hosted. Like we don't run our own we don't host our own website. I'd like to move towards that in the future so that.
After we host our own Minecraft.
I swear to God, I'm dying to get in
Gotta get to
Minecraft.
that Minecraft
I'm
server.
dying to get in that Minecraft.
But yeah, so I'm hesitant to use like third party things because that kind of spreads us out.
It also gives more companies rights to using our logo.
Yeah, which is something I really don't want. So yeah, I mean, there's always caveats and stuff like that. But if I look through the restrictions and permissions of it and it seems okay, I'm not entirely against it if it facilitates us making things that we wouldn't otherwise. Because they just have a deal where they have the volume to do a single order of a beanbag chair.
Yeah.
We would, if we wanted to make those, we'd have to order 40 or 50, and that's like 12 grand.
I don't think we'd even sell 3.
No, I mean,
How about
I'd buy one.
how about a Jordan body pillow?
Yeah.
I don't want to take those photos of myself. You could pay.
And I don't want to sit there designing it.
If we want to do a
I
Jordan
don't
body
wanna
pillow,
have it on my bed.
if we want to do a Jordan body pillow, we'd have to commission an artist to draw it, anime style.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? That reminds me of something. We had an artist that made our poster in our store. This girl right here, Ashley.
That one.
Would you draw a seductive Jordan?
Absolutely not. You have to get someone totally like not related to this company to.
It's like drawings like.
We have to
isn't
No.
quite big
Yeah.
enough.
No,
have
someone.
to-
This has to be someone.
I would put it in GIMP and grab the puller and be like,
gonna
there
say
we go.
this-
That's a bulge.
to draw someone to draw that would have to be someone not related
What
to
do
the
they call
company
it?
at all.
What do they call it on Game Attack? The mound?
I guess.
The mound?
Yeah.
Every time they're talking about, like, you know how when you're wearing jeans, it kind of bunches up there? Like, there's no dick in there, but there's, like, some kind
It's
of bulge.
just- yeah.
They call it the mound.
Right.
No, my dick's in there because my
And,
dick
I
is
thought-
fucking
Of course,
huge.
obviously.
I
but,
thought
like,
you were going to ask, what do they call it in Premiere? I was like, in Premiere, it's called the bloat tool, which is a terrible
Scroll. Too big!
Bigger.
But I think Sean Boland's like extremely self-conscious about his mound, so he's constantly like covering it
It's
up.
like pulling his jeans straight.
Yep,
so-
yep.
I know that. I know that feel. Jeez.
But anyway, so talk about Ashley. So she is now a contributor to Carpe Boredom. So she's hanging out with us. She's going to do some more VODs with us. She's going to be streaming with us and a lot more content. And she's going to be handling all of our social medias because I fucking can't.
And I thought I could, but I can't.
I hate social media.
And I live on social media.
Yeah.
I just deactivated my Facebook.
Jesus. Logan's like, I don't have to do social media anymore.
No, that's not why I did it.
You did it before that.
It was a great.
I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm done with this.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh wait, I'm supposed to run Carpe Board. Oh, hey Ashley.
Yeah.
And then Ashley got a job. Just kidding.
That's the reason why.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
I mean, I live on social media, so it just works.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, I just get to be on more social media. It's just, like, my life.
Well, the reason you were social media is because you
'Cause
were
we
the
all hate
person that was on social media the most. Because I'm a complete lurker. Like,
Yeah.
I follow people and I read. I basically
And-
turn Twitter into a news feed.
Also,
Same.
you told me that I have a good like barometer of what's like good to say and bad to say.
Right.
So I'll know not to say stuff.
Yeah. Well, you are a perpetual button pusher,
Oh yeah.
so you have to know what buttons to push.
Yeah.
So
I know I know how to run the console. I built the goddamn console.
Hey, speaking about consoles, what about that PlayStation 5?
Shelby, do you remember in Halo Combat Evolved the dropships specifically from that one? They
Yes.
were like split and they
Yes.
had that barrier in the middle.
You kept saying,
Okay.
hey, look, it's the PlayStation 5. It's flying.
Yeah.
I was like, she goes,
Hey, ignoring that
The dev kits for the PlayStation 5 look just like the Halo Covenant
see what
dropships.
you
I'm
were
gonna look it
talking
up real
about.
quick.
Are you gonna look up a picture?
I'm going to look it up.
Look up Combat Evolved dropships.
I'm going to look up the PlayStation 5 first,
Right.
and then I'm going to look up
Well,
the dropships.
that's not the PS5. That's the PS5 dev console.
Yes. It's
Oh
not,
my
it's
God.
Not,
That is the fucking ugliest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
That's not what
like,
you're gonna
It looks
buy.
like there's a second piece that's going to be interlocked.
Why is it got a U? Like there's
It's
just
the
a hole.
what are the things that they sold for the?
It's the 32X for the PlayStation.
No,
5.
I was thinking of the Dreamcast that you had that middle part that you slid in, the UMD.
This looks like a
Oh,
retro
No,
console.
UMD is something else.
I hate it.
PSP.
Shoot.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
I know the.
It was like a memory card with a screen on it.
Oh God. The VMU, MVU.
That what it is. It was something like that.
Yeah.
That one it is. That one it is.
That one it is.
That one it is.
That one it is.
And that's why you're not handling social media anymore because grammar.
That
Hey,
what it do.
my fingers say better words than my mouth do.
My fingers to say better words.
But yeah, the console's ugly, but it's just a dev kit, so I'm not mad about it.
Yeah.
God,
It's
it's
fun to make
real
fun of.
fucking ugly.
It looks
though.
like a coveted dropship from Combat Evolved.
It does.
Right.
Yeah, it absolutely does. But for that PlayStation 5, Death Stranding.
Yep.
So everyone, the press release or the what do you call it?
The press
Really?
release.
No, not the press release.
Announcement?
The lock on discussing it. What is that called?
Oh, embargo.
The embargo was up
Right.
on Death Stranding. It was a very specific restrictions that they had once it was lifted. It's like, oh, you can only talk about these certain things for this link. That it was ridiculous.
Is there still embargo on certain things from the game?
I think it's open
Yes. Oh, are you sure?
now.
Like a week ago, it wasn't.
Please don't stop my recording with your butt.
And his butt's pretty infamous on the stream, so it
He
might as
does
well get on
have
the
a-
VODs as well.
He's on my
We're gonna make a
phone.
sticker. We're not.
We're gonna make
We're not making a
an
sticker.
Oreo butt sticker.
Yeah, it's just
We're
an
not making-
asterisk.
It's an asterisk with a pink background.
Yeah.
No, it's got to look like an actual Oreo, like cream filling.
I don't
no.
want cream filling.
So anyways,
Cut
Death Stranding.
that part out.
Anyways, Death Stranding.
But you said you found an article before we started recording that you were going to wait to tell us.
Yes, so I was just looking into just kind of getting an update for Death Stranding PC release, and so I Google it. And I see an article, and it says, this is just the title, and it's from Games Radar. Hideo Kojima says Death Stranding is a reaction to Trump and Brexit.
Okay. I can
The
see
game's goal of connection is rooted in how connected we are now.
how connected or disconnected.
There's
How
a
disconnected.
from a few of the trailers I've seen that there's some kind of like, I don't know if it's the internet. There's some kind of physical connection that has been broken,
Yes.
and I don't know what it is.
The strands.
Yep.
There are strands across the nation that you are repairing and reconnecting because the world, from the looks of it, the world has become basically unlivable.
It also is like filled with like interdimensional monsters. From what I can tell,
That
I
part I
don't-
got no info on. That's the part that I love.
There's a tank full of squid guts.
That's the part that I love about Kojima. Because if you played Metal Gear and didn't see any of the trailers, it starts with you swimming through a thing, you get on a dock, you go to the place.
Whose footprints are these?
Yeah, all that normal stuff. You're carrying a regular gun, you're a regular guy crawling through regular air conditioning vents, and then, like, an hour and a half later, it goes nuts.
You're
You got
shooting rockets at a helicopter.
You got a floating guy that can read your mind, unplug
So,
your memory card.
you like to play Super Smash Brothers?
But, like, that's the part that I love because I want to know how long it takes. You know how there's, like, the measure of how, like, time to crate? Like, how long in a game before you first see your first crate that you can
I
break?
haven't heard of this.
Yeah,
No,
there's-
I haven't
There's
either.
time to crate. It's because it's basically like,
Half-Life is literally 0 seconds.
yeah, because some people use it as filler. It's like, oh, give them a crate to break that will make them linger in this area as they go around and break crates. So it's a measurement. I don't know. I know exactly.
Oh, so it's not even impeding your path. It's like, oh, I have to break this.
Yeah, it's just how long until they put something there for me to break. So like the I want to know how long you exist in this game as Sam before it goes nuts.
I imagine probably. Oh wait, you're talking about before it goes nuts. I thought you meant things to like interact with to waste time, because the way that they're presenting the game, like you've said several times, it's a walking simulator.
Yeah.
So like, I imagine there's shit to distract you
Oh, yeah.
immediately.
Yeah, I could realistically see playing this game for 10 hours before you see the first bit of sci-fi.
If Assassin's Creed has taught me anything,
Yeah,
main story missions there, but here are all the side missions that are available to me.
right.
Oh, you bring that up. we were talking about, just real quick, I'm just going to interject this. If you're interested in me and Logan doing the series of Assassin's Creed, please let me know in the comments or send me a message at carpeboredom.com in the message board, Discord, any of our social medias. Let me know that's something you're interested in me doing from my perspective, because Logan's already played all of them.
Most of them.
I will absolutely do it. I just want to know you really want me to do it, because it will be a struggle for me with the parkour. So if it's something y'all want to do, I love the storyline of it. It's just me being able to actually do it.
There you go.
That could be a struggle. But sorry, continue.
Because right now we're doing gears, so if you want it, it's going to have to be after that, right?
Well, I mean, I can do mine and you can do yours.
Oh yeah, we can do simultaneous.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
But yeah,
But,
I want to know how long it plays it straight until. Would you click it off?
I think I did.
Until shit hits the fan.
I want to see how long it plays it straight
Before you see Mads Mikkelsen with the
before
skeleton
you
boys.
get pulled into the ground, into the upside down or whatever that is.
Or you see Mads Mikkelsen with the skeleton boys around him.
Yeah, exactly, because that is the like.
Or God forbid Conan O'Brien with his otter hat.
But do you eat the baby?
I'd eat the baby.
Okay.
Right.
She's referencing a what was it? A GameStop?
It was EA. It was
EB Games.
EB Games.
That's
Sorry.
That's
EB Games
GameStop.
Australia.
Okay. Yeah.
EB Games Australia, they had a trailer. It might be in here too, but I don't know. But it was a trailer where it was a Rick and Morty in the Death Stranding universe, and they're talking about eating the baby. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So you want to know how long it's going to take before the game hits the fan?
I want to see where it goes from.
On top of that, though, in the trailer where the shit got weird, Hideo Kojima said, by the time you get to that part in the game, you will understand what's happening.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Right.
None of us know what the fuck is going on with that game.
And
We
even though
think
he
we
says you'll understand what's happening, you have to remember this is Hideo Kojima.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I could play through all of the Metal Gear games and still not know what the fuck is going on.
I have played through almost all of the Metal
Oh
Gear.
yeah, what's going on?
I have no clue.
There's like 5 fucking versions of Snake, by the way.
And as soon as I think I understand it, I watch a video and realize I understand it even less.
Solid Snake, Liquid Snake, Solidus Snake, Naked Snake,
Liquid
Big
Ocelot.
Boss, Liquid Ocelot. You're right. Liquid Ocelot, Venom Snake,
Punish Snake.
Big Boss, Punish Snake. Is Venom Snake and Punish Snake different?
Did you say Big Boss already?
I think I said Big Boss twice actually.
you
See, that's the thing. I don't know. I don't know. I think so because okay. So Punish Snake.
Punish Snake is the guy who got brainwashed into thinking he was Big Boss, right?
Yeah.
Or, no, that's Venom Snake.
And Venom Snake, I think, is like the evil. Like I don't know. Like every time I see Venom Snake, it's with the big shard spiked out of his head. So like Venom Snake seems supernatural because Punish Snake has a piece of shrapnel in his head.
And that's not Big Boss that hits the shrapnel?
And spoilers. I don't know what I want to say with people in the room.
I know.
I haven't played all of them. I've seen, but I know most of the storyline, and I know the storyline that you don't know.
I'm very confused about certain things. I know that one of the snakes that you think is supposed to be Big Boss is actually not.
Here, let's do this.
Uh-huh.
Let's play through the Metal Gear series, and then let's have a fucking special
Guys,
episode.
if you want to go, me and Shelby to play through, just kidding.
But
I do want to do that though.
We were going to do that, but we're not doing that on stream.
Metal Gear 1, text MGS1.
No, but then we can have a whole fucking episode and discuss, like a whole special release.
So we should play it in our own time and come back and just talk about Metal Gear.
We should. That would be absolutely awesome.
Because Clayton actually brought this up. The Metal Gears that I have played to completion is Metal Gear 1, Metal Gear 4,
This is my
and
favorite
the
thing.
opening to Metal Gear Solid 1, Metal Gear Solid 4, and the opening to Metal Gear Solid 2. And that just so happens to be, except for the MGO games, the MSO games.
MSX.
games.
Yes.
Except for the MSX games, those are all of the games where you play as Solid Snake.
Yes.
Wow.
And even the part in Metal Gear Solid 2 where you play as Solid Snake, I played all that parts.
Right.
So I've played all of the Solid Snake parts
And
of the Metal Gear series.
Right. It's incredible how you just landed on those
And the order I
exactly.
did that in was Metal Gear Solid 4, Metal Gear Solid 2.
Right. Ridiculous.
I don't know how I stumbled across. I did not do that on purpose.
I mean, they're fun games.
The only thing I know about Metal Gear Solid is from the Simple Plot song from Starbomb.
I mean, you sneak around and save the world.
Yeah, that's literally that's all I know from that. Sneak around and save the world. The end. That's all I know.
Well, Death Stranding has been announced that it's going to be on PC.
Yeah.
Summer
It
2020.
has been announced.
It was announced 8 days
Summer
ago.
of what?
2020.
Next year.
So not,
Which is
I
a
mean,
long time for have to
So
wait.
it's like 6 months from now.
But 8 months?
8
months?
it depends on how you.
I mean, it's shorter than what it took Red Dead.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
True.
Red Dead is just
It's
released today.
It's definitely
Not to
shorter
take
than
this
it took
episode.
GTA 5. That took 3 years.
Yeah.
So
Man,
really don't want it to-
remember how like they gave a bunch of free cars for people who played the original versions of it, and Clayton got it because he had it for the Xbox.
Yeah, monster truck and stuff
and
like that.
Shelby never played it, and I had forgotten
Right.
that I rented a copy for the PlayStation
This is
3.
exactly like the Metal Gear thing.
I
just
forgot.
happened to have played it.
and I got screwed because the account that I played on my Xbox
That's right,
was
that's
the one that
I
got
rented
banned.
a copy from GameFly for the
Because you
PlayStation 3.
hack.
Played it
I
for
did
an
not hack.
afternoon. I connected to the internet because my PlayStation connected to the internet, but I never played any online games.
Yep.
I played a little bit. I played it for an afternoon, sent it back because I'm like, this is gonna take too long
You literally played it precisely and as much as you needed
to get a bunch of free
to
stuff.
get like
Fucking.
several free cars,
Free
like
monster
4
trucks.
years later, like 30 free monster trucks.
I didn't even remember I did that
a
until
submarine and a helicopter.
I didn't even remember I did that until Clayton's like, yeah, if you played the old versions, you get this. I'm like, I didn't. And then I looked at the store and they were all free, and I'm like, I rented it from GameFly for 5
I'm trying to
minutes.
think
and
if
got it.
I'm trying to think if I've ever done anything like that circumstantial.
Gamefly. Jesus, is that still around?
No.
It is.
It is.
It is, but it is a game store now. I don't think you can rent from them anymore.
Unreal. I
know
forgot
every
about
once in a
them.
while they do sell-offs. They'll do a clearance. Like they'll do
Yeah.
GameFly clearance sale. Buy these discs that were in our rotation for severe.
I got.
No,
I want that.
No, that was
Whoops, that was loud probably.
I got a
Words?
Everybody's Golf from Redbox because they were selling it.
Oh, yeah.
I got it for $10. I still haven't seen it that low.
In 2012, I got a GameFly subscription because I wasn't making very much money, and I was like, if I spend however much this GameFly subscription is, I get 2 games. It will keep me from buying games because I cannot afford to buy games.
Right.
And so if I get 2 games at a time, I'll play a game, send it back, play a game, send it back.
Yeah.
And that's how I'll play all the games I want to play without having to buy
But
them.
your gamer score shot up.
It was a lot of PlayStation games, so not really.
Oh, okay.
That was when I was like getting into PlayStation 3 and stuff.
Gotcha.
But kind of, yeah, maybe. I don't know. So I got it, and then and then once you're with, they don't do it anymore probably.
Okay.
But after you were with them for a certain amount of time, like once you got up to 3 months, you got a 5% discount on used games.
Oh, shoot.
Then you were with them for 6 months, you got a 8% discount.
Yeah.
And then once you got up to 1 year with them, you got a 10% discount on used games. And I found the trick out. If you clear your whole list,
All right. Yeah.
you clear your
Okay.
whole list.
Yep.
And you put at the only thing on your list a brand new game that's coming out.
Yes.
They will ship it to you the day it releases.
Yes.
And then you can buy it because I started making more money so I can afford to buy new games.
Mm-hmm.
But you could buy it and they'd send you the box at a used game price for 10% off.
Yes.
And I started doing that. I started just using it to buy games instead of renting games to keep me from buying games. I used it to buy games at a cheaper price.
Jesus.
And then Amazon did their whatever their discount was.
Yeah, I remember
and that
that.
became cheaper, so I canceled my GameFly.
20%.
Yeah, it was like 20
Something like
or
that.
something. It was maybe 15.
Yeah.
But and Amazon was like, we're gonna give Prime members a discount.
Right.
I didn't
and
know
then-
that was a thing. Why
Yeah,
am I
well,
not using
they
that?
stopped it because
okay.
they were competing with Best Buy.
Mm-hmm.
Best Buy stopped doing it, and then Amazon was like, oh, well, there's no reason for us to do it.
Right.
But to be honest, I buy all my stuff on PC now. Hence why we're not playing Death Stranding until it comes out next fucking year.
I'm
Yep.
just waiting for them to release Luigi's Mansion 3 on the PC.
ahead.
Any
That is-
second now. Any second now.
And I'm just waiting for pigs to fly.
I accidentally stole a game from GameFly once.
GameFly?
No,
What do you mean?
how?
You forgot
what
to
happened? What happened was I got the Eco Shadow of the Colossus combo game.
Okay.
And I thought I sent it back. I could have sworn I sent it back. And several weeks went by, and I sent them a message like, "Hey, I haven't got a new game anytime soon." And they're like, "Oh," and then they're like, "Oh, well, it might have gotten lost in the mail. What's your mailbox situation like?" And I told them, "Well, it's a mailbox on the road. It's not locked, so I mean, there's stuff." And they pretty much said, "Hey, man, stuff happens. We'll send the next game on the list. Don't worry about it. It's fine."
Yeah.
Well, a few months after that, I found it in my car, slipped down between the seats.
Jesus.
Oh, yep.
So I have a copy of Shadow of the Colossus for the PS3 because I accidentally stole it from GameFly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they can eat that cost, no problem. I mean,
I when I found it, I was like, should I mail this back to them?
yeah.
I didn't. He didn't.
So that makes me think about Netflix. Do you remember when Netflix was just the CD in the mail
My mom
service?
just recently stopped the DVDs.
I was gonna ask if anyone's
Well, it
parents
was-
still use that. That's
It was
fucking insane.
DVD.com, I think, was the original name.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I
think it
didn't
was
have access
DVD.com.
to do
I
that, but my
think-
mom had the service.
I think they were originally Netflix, and their long-term goal from the beginning was to stream videos, stream movies.
I love my Netflix.
I
I don't know
remember-
how I would survive without it.
I remember we got Netflix to get DVDs, and then no, we didn't. We didn't have Netflix at all.
Oh, by the way, the thing you did with GameFly, I did with Netflix discs.
Oh,
I
yeah?
cleared my queue, and I was just like, no, I only want to see this thing. This is my number one and only thing that I'm requesting.
Send it to me when it's available.
right now.
But like we didn't have Netflix, and Netflix had been out for a while, and then Netflix announced streaming movies.
Okay.
And then one of the first platforms that they were on was the Xbox 360, and I was like, I have an Xbox 360, and then my mom, like, I didn't bring this up to her. She just said one day, she's like, I've been thinking about getting Netflix, and I'm like, yes. It was terrible at first.
Yeah.
Do you remember they used to do watch parties on the 360?
Did, yeah.
That was
No.
awesome.
Yep.
And they don't do that anymore. There's nowhere that does it. You have to have a third-party app to do it.
There is someone that does it. Amazon Prime Video does it. They are toying around with, and I don't know how widespread it is.
I bet they're like, hey, check out this original idea we
There
got.
are Twitch Prime watch parties, so you
I
can
saw that recently.
watch movies. I maybe misunderstanding it, but I think as the streamer can queue up a movie on Amazon Prime, and anyone with Amazon Prime can join you in that viewing and watch it synchronized.
I would
That's
like to do
epic.
that, but that seems like a lot of gates that people have to get through before they're able to do it.
Yeah,
Because you have to have Twitch Prime and Amazon Prime streaming, which I guess you would get both of the same.
Yep,
You would
yeah,
get
they are
both,
one
yeah.
thing.
The only problem would be if you have like a family account.
Which I do.
Well, then, like we have an account. Like I'm not a Twitch Prime
Yeah,
because he has the Amazon Prime.
I put the Twitch Prime for my family account on my personal account.
See, that's the thing is that because you have a lot of people, but they're not necessarily going to care.
But you know
so
what?
you took it.
I really kind of wish now that my mom had it.
what's that?
Because she could use it to, instead
to
of paying
sub.
for it, she could sub to us.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't think I could change it. In fact, I looked into it and it's
Probably
like
not.
already associated.
Yeah. Once you lock it in, there's no going back.
But you know,
Yeah. Well,
So you guys leave tomorrow. I mean,
I'm feeling pretty homesick. I have to admit.
I love you guys.
I miss my dog.
but I want you to get the fuck out of my house so I can walk around, no bra, no shorts, just my undies. Last night, I almost came out of the bedroom 3 times, just walk out here, and I was like, I got the door open, I was like, go back in, put pants on. Okay,
I mean, to be honest, you could do that.
Come
I'm not
back
gonna
out.
think any less of you.
Clayton would lose his shit.
Well, probably.
He would lose his
I
shit.
didn't really think of that.
I mean,
Yeah.
You already flashed it once at RTX.
We
was
we
an
didn't talk about
accident.
that. Do we want to talk about that?
It was an accident. I couldn't get the words out right.
Here's what happened. She goes, Logan, I'm going to change my shirt. And I was like, all right, I'm pretty comfortable in this bed, so I'm just going to cover my eyes.
Yeah, he just.
So I
faced
went
the
like
door.
this. I went like this.
Yeah.
And I heard her rustling. And then it had been a while, and I didn't hear anything. And then I was like, are you done? And she said, yes. And so as soon as she said yes, I started taking my hands off my eyes.
Yeah.
And right when I was taking my hands off my eyes, she said no, because in that split second between yes and no, she decided she didn't want to wear this shirt. And she said no and started pulling her shirt up.
Uh-huh.
And
Because
so
I
she said yes, no, and I had an eye full, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I wanted to try the other shirt on. I was trying 2 shirts. So my answer was yes. I was done with that shirt, but no, I'm not done in general because
How
I want
would
to try
you
this
know?
shirt on.
At least
How
in
would you
Logan's
know
defense,
that?
it is not
because he
Logan's
was
fault
so
in any way,
quick.
shape, or
No.
form.
No, it wasn't anyone's fault.
He followed the cues.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like I had a bra on, so he didn't
No,
see
you didn't.
anything.
No, you didn't.
no, you
Yes,
did not.
No, you did
No, you
not.
did not.
Did I not?
No, you did
did
not.
not.
Oh, this is all the more embarrassing now.
No.
You absolutely
Oh,
did.
shit. Now I'm
I remember.
uncomfortable.
Trust me.
Please don't remember. It's just why
Stop
that-
remembering, and I'm like, you see blood drip out of my nose. I think I've forgotten math instead.
I can't remember my own phone number now.
Real
He
bad.
never has to remember his phone number.
Oh yeah, I forgot my own phone number trying to forget
That
boobs.
was the joke.
But by God, you got your charge cord so you can play with your anime titties.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Do we want to talk about that
Yeah, you
too?
can talk
Speaking of
about
Amazon Prime,
I spent $25 plus $3 extra. Man, that fucking pissed me off. I spent for a Prime Now thing. Well, I don't know if it was Prime Now. I don't know what
It wasn't Prime Now.
It was same day.
Prime.
It was same day shipping, and it cost $3 extra. And it's like, okay, it'll be here before 9 o'clock.
So
In
why don't you
there-
say what it is? Why?
It was the charge. I left my charge cable for my laptop at home.
Okay, no.
And it died. And there was a couple of big things I needed
No,
to get in
no,
there for.
no.
Boobies.
It was tittis.
I'm with you.
Crush.
Got to get his daily.
So I ordered the laptop charger to come here, and I'm sitting there watching it, and it's like,
Oh my God, this.
and it was like it had 7 stops to go.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
I think so.
Because Brandon and I were recording, and I was like, "Oh, it's only got 7 stops till it gets here. It'll be here in no time.
Yeah.
7 stops, whatever." And then we stopped, and then we watched a bunch of YouTube videos after we were done recording, and it still wasn't there. And it was like a couple of hours, I feel. And then I checked my phone again, and it's like 5 stops, and I'm like, "Huh, okay, that's weird." And so then, other stuff happens. I stop looking at it, and then Shelby gets home, and Clayton gets home. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm looking at the thing. Like, that's the next stop. She's right up the road.
Yeah.
And I say she because it was a she who eventually showed up. She's right up the road. And I was like, we'll probably see her on our way out to the car to go get dinner. Well, I walked out there, I looked around, and didn't see her. And I'm like, I mean, I guess I'll just get in the car. We get in the car, we drive up the road, and all of a sudden, it moves from literally 2 doors down to out the street. We literally could have seen her where we were.
Right.
And didn't see her. And then we drove away. And I'm like, she's driving away.
Yeah.
She was 2 doors down, and she's driving away now.
Logan's watching his pack.
And then, I was like, I'm not going to look at this. I'm not going to look at this. So I turned it off. And then on our way, when we get back, I'm like, okay, I'm going to check and see where it is. And I look it out. It's all the way across town, all the way across Houston.
You're like watching your package play Pac-Man
And
all
I'm
over
like,
Houston.
You were right there. Like, what, did you forget the fucking package at the pickup place or something? I don't know what's going on. And the app was saying, oh, we got to deliver more stuff.
yeah, that's right.
Whatever. Just don't make me wait till tomorrow. I have until 6 o'clock until the whole dailies are ruined anyway.
Right.
My thing is, though, you spent how much money on this charger?
$25 plus $3 shipping.
Okay, so you spent $28
Yeah.
on a charger that you own at home.
Yes.
When you could have used that.
I could have a spare one.
We have like a gajillion spare ones. I'm not going to harp you on the
Listen,
$25.
I only have one charger for a proprietary plug. I don't mind dropping $30 on a spare charger. I might need it eventually anyway.
He should just go ahead and leave it at your house because you know he's going to forget it when we go on our trip in December.
That's absolutely true.
I'm not going to do that, but that is a good idea.
Here's the
I mean, to be
thing.
fair,
Make
he
sure you
forgot-
bring your laptop. Are you bringing your laptop for your dailies on the cruise?
Yes.
We only get internet on one device, so he's gonna have to pay for internet for that device.
You know he will.
I will. Oh, I was about to say I could use my phone as a hotspot, but that's not how it works.
Yeah, no, we
Why don't
only
you just
get,
have your mom do your dailies?
You know what?
You know what I can't do? What are you about to say?
You know what you can do is buy a mobile router.
And have that?
Right.
How much is that going to cost?
Make that your.
Is that going to be worth it to do titty game dailies?
They're like.
I mean, you spent $28 today on a charger so you can get your daily.
Yeah,
dailies.
but it was also a practical thing that I could use anyway.
It's a game.
I mean, we can use a practical thing
This
that we
is
can
life.
do street and
What I can do is I can leave
social.
my computer on at home and hope my power doesn't go out. And then remote
Remote
in.
in.
Because I've done it that way before.
Oh my
The only reason I don't do it that way
Yeah.
anymore is because if my power goes out, it's over.
Right.
So what I could do is leave my computer on and hope my power doesn't go out, and then I remote in once or a couple times a day. Because the way the dailies work is you have to go in, initiate it, and then you have to wait a set amount of time, go back in and claim it.
Oh right. Yeah.
We're gonna-
So what I was saying is you can buy a mobile or a pocket router, which is literally the router that's in your house.
Yeah.
Just like simplified down to a portable thing, but that would be your one device to hit their network.
But
From there, it has its own subnet of IP addresses that it assigns. So as far as they know, they're just getting traffic from some weird device.
however, that is a good idea.
Okay.
But I need to know what is the cost and is it practical to have outside of titty game dailies?
Cheap. Well, first, they're really cool to have in hotels because you can
set your own security.
You can create a secure wireless, well, secure-ish.
More
because
secure.
More secure.
You're still over their network, so, but at least it's not Wi-Fi. But yeah, a lot of them are like multi-use devices to where they are routers. So if you need to create a network of devices to communicate with each other, they can. Also, you provide internet access to multiple devices. Then some of them have card readers on them, so you can wirelessly dump your like pictures and files to a central location. Like 4 people can be dumping files to an SD card.
So there is practical use to getting something like that besides titty games.
Right.
But titties are very
cheap
important,
ones
though.
are like,
I agree.
cheap ones are like $85. Expensive ones can go up to like $200.
So my question would be to you is that if that is hitting just the mobile hotspot or router is hitting their network, could then we connect more devices to his little? So I mean, like if he got it, then we could all take advantage of it for us to be able to maybe post some more stuff for social media for Carpe Boredom if we needed to.
But I also wouldn't have it on my phone, and that's what I'm going to be carrying around with me on the boat.
Yeah.
And if people want to get in contact with me, the best way to do it would be Facebook Messenger.
Yeah,
And if it's not going to my phone,
that's why.
that's the downside.
But some of them also have power banks inside them that keep themselves alive. So you're literally carrying on a boat.
A router.
You're carrying a mobile router.
Yeah.
But you would just put your phone
He's
connected
just
to the
walking
mobile
around
router.
and everyone's devices are popping up like new device to connect to.
Yeah,
And it goes away.
No,
as he
I'd
walks
definitely be
past.
putting WEP2 on there.
That's why.
WPA too.
That's it.
Don't use WP. That's twice I've heard WEP come up today. I was listening to Castle Super Beast earlier, and they were
Wait,
talking.
don't use WEP2?
No, WEP has been solved.
What?
The encryption cipher has been solved on WEP.
If you use that security protocol, you will be hacked.
You could be. It's not difficult to crack WEP.
What he's saying is, I will hack you. I have a particular set of skills. I will find you,
and I will hack you.
WPA is better. WPA2, as far as I know, is the best.
When are they coming out with WPA3?
I don't know.
Basically, the one device on the cruise was supposed to be for our phones, so that way we can all get in touch with each other if we're away from each other. That way,
That's why the walkie-talkies come in.
you want to carry walkie-talkies on a boat?
I do.
Hell yeah.
I mean,
I want to carry walkie-talkies.
Oh
Would
my
the range
God.
of a
I'd be
walkie-talkie
down.
reach across a whole boat?
I don't think so.
guys, we could totally do like a fucking Hitman IRL video with our walkie-talkies on the cruise.
I think we might be getting
I don't
kicked off this
understand what
boat.
you're talking about.
I don't know.
I know.
We could just
Send
be like little
overboard.
secret agents with our
I
walkie-talkies.
feel like I should be emailing the cruise ahead of time and be like, hey.
Nah.
No, don't tell them. It'll be fine.
I
If
agree.
we get in trouble, we'll just be like,
But
contact
walkie-talkie.
Ashley Martin.
I'm sorry,
No.
I didn't know I wasn't allowed to do this.
Right.
No one in the rules did it
That's
say
the
that I
joke.
couldn't walk
did
around with
know I wasn't allowed to do
walkie-talkies.
this.
And they go, all right, well, don't let it
No,
happen
most
again.
people bring
And that's when you turn to the
walkie-talkies.
camera and go, I knew all along. And the guy's like, I hear you.
Most people do bring walkie-talkies, but I mean the cell phones are just easier because we all carry those, and then it's also a camera, and it's also
What if
I
we
just
all
want to. We
brought-
were here together on a
Walkie-talkies are
fucking
cool.
boat.
Honestly,
Oh, right, yeah.
it's been to the
So
point
but
where I've been
walkie-talkies
playing.
are cooler.
Yeah.
I'm at the point in that game though where I've been playing for over a year, and usually the like reward that they give is like a pin-up that they do of the girls in the game,
Right.
or like a special outfit. And I've been playing for over a year, so I'm
Smaller
thinking,
bikini.
yeah, I'm thinking. Well, I mean, I paid for the 18
You're
plus.
gonna come to
right.
the you're
But-
gonna come to the loop point.
So
at
like,
some
I
point.
mean, when I say titty game, it's titties.
Real gamer over here.
Real gamer over here, real titties. So, I feel like around this point now, because I literally just got my play for 1 year achievement yesterday.
Oh,
Oh my
wow.
god.
I feel like thank you. I'm
not clapping for
at
that.
most epic at Crush. Thank you.
not clapping for that.
I feel like it would probably be rewards I already have.
Yeah.
So maybe I could get away with it. And you know what? I could miss a week.
Right? That I think that's the most
No,
important
this
thing.
week was important because they were doing a girl that you have to wait once a year to get. It wasn't a pinup. It was a girl.
Because
with
girls are objects.
New titties. They are in this
They're
game.
just
literally.
titties. They're just titties. At some point, you've just
No.
seen all the different versions
Listen,
of
you
titties. I don't understand.
In Japanese anime, they get so big that if this was on a real person, they would have to have reduction surgery because their back pain would be so intense.
Right.
But I just don't
They'd
get
have
it.
to have a steel
They're
spine.
tits. Like after you've seen
2D
one,
girls
a couple
don't get
sets-
back pain.
After you've seen a couple sets, like you've seen everything, it's like hands and tits. Like I guess because
fool.
I'm not a man, I
Yeah.
can't understand
Fool.
like
Yep.
why it's so.
Oh, sweet.
Maybe because I
foolish-
have them, it's not as
I
entertaining.
almost called you Ashley.
Please don't.
Sweet, foolish Shelby.
Please don't. Shelby, Ashley, Clayton. I don't know who you are. I'm Brandon.
I'm the guy who's played Crush for a year.
What an achievement.
Ladies, I've got all the achievements in Crush.
No, you don't. Not anymore. You don't.
Oh, that's right. They added a new girl, and I don't have the. I don't.
They stole your platinum.
I mean, I could probably get it in like a day because
That's what happened in National to me. Because they came out with the jetpack update and they added more achievements. But they let me keep the suit, so I don't care.
They're not going to rescind the suit. Sorry, sir, we're going to need to take this back.
But if you look at his gaming showcase on his Steam account, his number of games has gone down.
Yeah.
Yep.
You said it's 2 right now?
Yeah, it's the first and second we were here.
Mine is, I don't know what they all are, but I know one of them is Portal 2.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one was Crush. There's 6 total on my account.
I've never seen this. I need to go check out mine. I should have it for Overcooked.
If you go to Steam and at the top it says your username, you click it and then go to account. You might have to add the showcase to your account to see this.
Right.
But in the showcases, one of them is like game completion, and it'll say like how many games you've like got all the achievements in, and like how many achievements that you've got.
This is going to ruin me.
Why?
Because I'm going to be obsessed with
she
getting
wants
every
to
fucking
complete 'em.
achievement now.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I mean, I'm long past beyond any kind of way I'm going to get all the achievements of the game I own. Clayton, he's probably worse off than I am.
He's like, how many games do you... I don't want to know.
We looked at it earlier. He owns
A lot.
He owns 800 plus games, 600 plus DLCs.
Yep.
Wait, does that mean 600 in addition to the 800?
There's
Yeah.
the 800 games, 800 plus games, and he owns 600 plus DLC packs. They be music.
I think
and
mine-
It counts if you own soundtracks. It counts each individual
Yeah.
song.
So I
that
question
helps.
why you keep saying 800 plus. Did it actually say that number?
No, it said a specific
We-
number.
we
I just don't
don't
remember what it is.
Oh, because
Yeah, mine was like,
I'm pretty sure it's in the 900.
I think it was 500
well,
games.
that number is including the DLCs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, got it.
Mine was
Which I
like
don't know how that
500,
math adds up, but whatever.
500 something games, and then it was 600 something DLCs. I own more DLCs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
than
his
games.
DLC count is
Wow.
higher than his game
I
count.
blame Civ for that.
But for
Seven.
like you and me, we have more games than DLCs.
Yeah.
I didn't look at yours, because you just play ours.
Yeah, I do.
And Brandon's his DLC was like, here's his games, here's his DLC.
I don't know if you own Earth Defense Force,
I don't.
but there's like
yeah, there's a
it's
lot.
like 45 DLC
There's a
packs for
lot
that
for it.
game for a single game. And
You
there's
should
like,
look at fucking Microsoft Flight Simulator X.
Oh yeah.
Oh, isn't your
Yeah,
dad?
'cause
with
every
a license?
individual-
He
Plane
was.
is
He
its
plays a
own
different
DLC.
game now. I think he plays X Plane now, but still.
And
Isn't there a new?
Yes, there's a
Microsoft
new
one?
Flight Simulator coming out from Microsoft.
there's,
But I don't know if this one's going to be on Steam.
there's what is it? DOA 5 or 6 that
Dead or
has
Alive?
like it has like 100 DLC like costume packs that are
Oh,
it's
God.
ridiculous.
How much is it if you add it all into a cart?
So there was a weird thing, and I can't remember
Hundreds.
which one it was. I think it was
Flight Simulator is thousands.
Yeah.
Thousands. That's S.
That's same with the bus simulator games.
Yeah.
What?
I think with DOA 6, there was a weird thing to where they sold an ultimate version of the game that didn't come with everything. There were still things to buy after you bought this like $150 version of the game.
Well, that's what Civ did as well. It's like, here's the complete pack, but it doesn't include everything. It includes all but the 2 big DLCs.
Complete-ish.
Rise and Fall and Gathering Storm, because they want you to buy those separately.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because they're their own games, like outright, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Because they changed the game completely.
Yeah.
So to backtrack a little bit about
Okay.
the PlayStation, I just turned my mic off. To backtrack a little bit about the PlayStation 5.
Where's your light switch? Stop playing with that switch.
This is the problem. Let me reposition. To backtrack a little bit, talking about the PlayStation 5, I saw a rumor. God damn it. I saw a rumor that the PlayStation 5 is going to be backwards compatible with all PlayStation consoles.
Yeah.
Hold on. I think you posted this in our stuff.
And I don't really care about the 1 and the 2 because those are actually already pretty easy to capture. But if it is backwards compatible with PlayStation 3, that is going to make capturing the PlayStation 3 so much easier.
Yeah, it's from Game Rant.
I posted a link to it.
PS5 backward compatibility may include PS1, 2, 3, and 4
Man,
games.
That's why I say rumor.
Yeah.
But like that's gonna be super cool because that like it's gonna have the 1 through 4. The 4 just came out, I feel, and it's already got a new console that can backwards compatibly play it. Like that's pretty good in my opinion. I like that.
5,
and
6
that
years
is
ago?
that's not a thing that I need for new consoles to do.
Right.
Because like when the Super Nintendo came out, it couldn't backwards compatibly play the NES games.
Could it not?
No, the Super Nintendo.
Famicom did.
No. The backwards compatibility didn't happen in Nintendo games ever.
I thought there was a model of the
3DS could play DS games.
I thought there was a model of the Famicom that you could slap an NES cartridge or a Famicom cartridge.
You mean the Super Famicom?
Right.
Maybe. I never heard about that. As far as I am aware,
I thought that was a thing for specifically the Famicom.
as far as I'm aware, that has never been a thing.
Right.
As far as Nintendo goes.
Right.
And like the Xbox 360 could backwards compatibly play most actually. Some of them just didn't work because the emulation was broken.
Right.
Specifically Red Dead Revolver because it made the sky completely black and the bad guys couldn't get shot.
Sweet.
Hard
mode.
Yeah. Well, you lose mode because you just can't win. The Xbox 360 could play most Xbox games. The PlayStation 3 could play the first version of the PlayStation 3, not later versions, could play PlayStation 2 games.
Right.
But I remember when the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One came out, people were livid that it couldn't backwards compatible with the previous generation. And I don't understand why. Because it was never really a big thing before. And eventually the Xbox One was able to backwards compatibly play Xbox 360 and Xbox One games. And like they got it eventually, but I remember that was a big hot button topic for the Xbox One when it came out.
Because it just immediately cuts off like your ability to basically trade in your Xbox 360 so that you can use some of that money to help pay and fund for the Xbox One because it's not cheap.
I mean, I get that, but that's how it's always been.
But then your old games are useless.
Yeah.
I understand that. But like when I got a Super Nintendo or when I got a Nintendo 64, I sold my Super Nintendo and all my Super Nintendo games. I wish I hadn't because those were fun games.
Yeah.
And I now re-own all of those games and a Super Nintendo. But like when I was a kid, when it was time for a new console, you got rid of everything else and you just started new.
I see. That's not how we did it. Like because like Brandon and I didn't even own any like gaming consoles until the Wii. We had handheld consoles.
Yeah,
so
and the Wii U could play Wii games. So
we owned the Wii. We didn't have the Wii U.
Right.
But but before that we had handheld consoles.
Right.
So we had the Game Boy Advance, and then we went to the Nintendo DS, which could play Game Boy Advance games.
I went to the SP.
The SP, sorry, the Nintendo, the SP.
And the SP was just a reconfigured Advance anyway. There was no new stuff to
but
it.
then and the DS, which could play. Yeah,
that was good.
But then the DS, which could play Game Boy Advance games.
If you had the right version, because there were some models that didn't have a Game Boy Advance slot.
Ours did.
Ours did.
Yeah.
Ours did. So we didn't get rid of our Game Boy Advance games.
Yeah.
And then we went to the DS Lite, which had the Game
Also
Boy
still
Advance
had the Game Boy
slots.
I mean, yeah, I guess I understand.
So
that.
we never got rid of our. I mean, eventually my mom sold all of my games because I was an idiot and said, "Yeah, get rid of all of my games."
And I
now,
kept all of mine.
Yeah.
I still have.
But I still have my DS.
I mean, I guess I understand where people are coming from then, because there are some times where they do it and sometimes they don't. Because when you went from the 3DS or the DS to the 3DS, there was no Game Boy Advance slot.
We never. So that was the only time, and like when we went from the DS to the 3DS, we were old enough to buy our own consoles at that point.
And you didn't have to.
We didn't have to, but we still have our DSs. That was the only time that we didn't trade in a previous gaming device because every other time we handed it in a device that said, "Hey, give us money. We're gonna get the next one."
Well, then I guess I see the point like Shelby makes where. If you sell the old console to help pay for the new one, you can't play the old games.
Exactly.
I don't know. It seems like a weird thing to specifically get that livid about.
So can I give you guys the support for the rumors?
Please.
So this is why they are saying that this is a rumor potentially is going on. It says it's emerged from a tweet made by Twitter user PSE Rebus, which it seems to be kind of like a PlayStation Twitter from basically the screenshot here, at the end of September, which recommended that players don't dispose of, sell, or trade in any of their games from any of Sony's PlayStation consoles, including 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so some have taken that as being a comment about potentially backward compatibility. And then Vice journalist Patrick Klepek has added to the fire with a comment made on the Waypoint radio podcast, which appeared to further suggest backward compatibility will play a large role in the next generation consoles. Specifically during last week's episode, Klepek stated, "Everything I've heard about the PS5, this is going back 2 full years now, has been a huge emphasis on history, and that it's going to be the sort of thing where it's not just about the future, but also about the past. That means your ability to play lots of those games." And that's from GameRant.com.
And as a retro gamer, I think that's fucking great.
See,
I love that.
And then when you were saying also too though about like the Wii U playing Wii games, the Wii was able to play GameCube games.
Right. When I got, I had a GameCube, a Wii, and a Wii U. When I got the Wii,
all at the same time.
No, I still do.
Yeah.
When I got the Wii, I would just play my GameCube games on that, and then when I got the Wii U, I just like basically put my Wii away because I play GameCube games on the GameCube, and I could play Wii and Wii U games on the Wii U.
See, we didn't have a GameCube, but like I had
How many
friends that
times
had a
did you say
GameCube.
we in that?
Right?
cluster?
I said it enough, and I said them all accurately.
We
did.
did. We didn't have GameCube, but like I had friends that had a GameCube, so they'd bring over their GameCube games and we'd play it on the Wii. But like the only console that we ever owned was the Wii. We had it at both of our parents' houses, and then Brandon owned an Xbox 360 eventually, and
Nice.
that was and
For
then
GTA.
yeah, and then now we all have Xbox One.
Well,
and that was it.
if anything, it shows that these gaming companies are listening to how upset people got about it. And like for me personally, it's not a deal breaker because one, I'm a hoarder. I hoard everything. If you're
You
a
have a million games.
if your new console can't play old games, don't worry.
I mean, this guy.
I got the old one.
This guy's got 2 chargers for his laptop.
Ah.
Yeah.
And you're right. You do have the
it's a
ability to
problem.
hoard, but
and,
it's
and,
and,
like,
and we
but
have the
there,
ability.
but you guys are right. There are people who don't have the privilege that I do. So yeah, it makes sense. But for me personally, I like didn't understand. I do now. Thank you. And like it, I think it's super cool that they're actually listening to how people get upset and are actively in the future changing the way they do things.
Yeah, I think the logic, the closest I can come to understanding it is that think of like C64 days, Atari, like Jaguar days, or like super old.
My dad had a Commodore 64.
Yeah, like whenever the new thing came, I'm gonna say Atari 2600. Whenever the new thing came up, it was such a like paradigm shift in how you played games. It's like, why would I ever play the old version? Like going from
I see what you're saying.
Going from a Nintendo to a Super Nintendo was a massive jump. Going from a PS2 to a PS3 was amazing.
I don't understand. I cannot at this moment comprehend how big the difference is going to be between the 4 and the 5.
I don't know.
I can't comprehend the difference in the Xbox One and the Scarlet.
Right. So that's the thing. Like I'm still like, granted, I'm playing on PC, but I could load up Forza Horizon 3 on my original Xbox One, and like not a Pro or anything like that, and still look at that game and go, God, this looks good. Like, yeah, the frame rate I think is locked at 30 on consoles, and it's not like doesn't have all the bloom effects and all like G-Sync and everything, but like watching that game move is incredible, and I still own that game. I still spent that $60 or $90, whatever I spent on it. So if I do get an Xbox, whatever's next, an Xbox next,
Next box.
the next box,
It's gonna be an Xbox too because they love to fuck us with.
I still want the ability to play those. There's games I haven't touched in 5 years that if I popped them in today, I go, man, this still looks amazing.
Nier looks good.
Yeah.
On the PlayStation
Yeah.
3.
Yeah. So that's why I think backwards compatibility is becoming a conversation. Is be like when you look at things from the previous like what is now the previous
I mean,
generation.
if they could take it and upscale it.
Yeah. Like looking at things that are now considered previous generation, I'm like, that's still a gorgeous game. It's still well made. It's still fun. It's been patched.
I mean, I hate to be that guy, but there are games on the NES that look really good. Mario 3.
Yeah.
That was like one of the last games that came out on the NES, but that's when they really understood how to get the most out of that
squeezed
console.
everything out
And
of
Mario 3 for an NES game looks freaking amazing.
Yeah.
For an
That's,
NES
I mean, that there's something to be said for late, like near end of life titles on a console.
I mean, you take the original Super Mario Brothers and you put Mario Bros 3 next to it.
Yeah.
Those are on the same console.
Right.
They don't look like they should be on the same console.
Absolutely not. And then that's using the same power. And then imagine like going to the next console. It's like, oh, you like. Granted, I don't know the architecture, but it's like here's a similar build of the machine that you're running on, but it's way more powerful. It's got way more memory.
If you think about how the original Metroid was like laid out,
Yeah.
Super Metroid is almost the exact same,
Yeah.
but the graphics are way better.
Right. They have more colors to play with.
Yeah.
They have more sounds to play with.
They have exponential more colors to play with.
Exactly.
Didn't you buy the Metroid series, like a whole pack of them?
The Metroid Prime trilogy?
I did.
Yeah, on
I
the
own it
Wii.
digitally on my Wii U.
I own it physically, and I didn't realize
I want the physical one. That box is so cool.
I didn't know it was hard to get. That's the thing. I owned 2 games that I didn't realize were very difficult to get.
Mm-hmm.
I owned Luigi's Mansion, and I owned Metroid Prime Trilogy in a steelbook. And
I think we still have it. It's on the shelf over there.
I still have Prime.
I came across it in a retro game store,
Yeah.
but I couldn't afford it.
I
Are
sold
you
Luigi-
serious?
Yeah.
I sold Luigi's
How much can I
Mansion.
sell this thing for? Because you've never played it.
A few hundred.
Couple hundred, yeah.
No, those are fun.
Yeah.
You've legitimately never played it.
However, they do sell it digitally on the Wii U, so I don't think
It's not about the game.
I think the availability of it
There's a novelty
will
to
make the price go down.
It's like
The same thing happened with Earthbound.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say with Xenoblade Chronicles. So
The same thing happened with that too.
That was like $150 or something like that.
But when Earthbound came out, it was like in box was hundreds of dollars, and that still is because in box is a whole different beast.
Yes.
But if you wanted to buy a used cartridge, it was like $100. It was over $100.
Yep.
But when they released Earthbound on the Wii U eShop,
Right.
the price of them dropped.
Yep.
Like
Because you can just get it now.
yeah.
There's no.
The only reason why anybody who would want to buy a used copy of Earthbound would be to play it.
Right.
And now people can just buy it. So the people aren't buying used copies of Earthbound.
Right.
So if I wanted to get a physical copy of Earthbound, which I do, I could get it for probably less than $100 now.
Yeah.
Because I think I want to say Super Nintendo games on the Wii U were $7 each. You can get Earthbound for $7.
Yeah.
You can play, if you have a Wii U, you can play Earthbound for $7.
Right.
Earthbound's fun too.
I've never played
fun
that.
game.
I've seen it played. I don't know the first thing about it.
It's super hard.
Yeah.
It's like it's pretty it is not like current, especially like
Is it an RPG?
it is an RPG.
Okay.
It is not like current gen RPGs. It is not like even PlayStation at RPGs. It is like a whole different beast, and it is like very jarring to go back to that primitive version of battle
Is it
style.
like super obtuse? It doesn't tell you
Yeah,
how to
like
do anything?
here's how it is. The screen shows the enemies. They don't move. There's a timer that ticks up.
All right.
And when your timer ticks to full,
Okay.
you can attack. They also have a timer.
Okay.
If you don't do anything, they can keep attacking you.
That's what is that? Active.
I think 7 did something similar.
Active.
Final
battle,
Fantasy 7.
Active battle system or something.
Yeah. And also, another thing that was cool about that game was if you got attacked for an attack that would kill you, your life scrolled. It didn't go straight to that number.
Okay.
So if you can quickly go over to
Oh.
a healing item and heal yourself before you
Catch
die,
it?
you can catch yourself before you die.
That's neat. I like that.
But it goes fast, so you gotta be faster.
Huh. I'm gonna build some macros.
Yeah. But yeah, that game looks so much fun, and I want to play it. And I own it on the Wii U.
Yeah.
But I want it physically.
Yeah, I mean, there's something like just me knowing that Metroid Prime Trilogy is difficult to find, and I have it in the Steelbook. I'm like, that's pretty neat.
I think they only sold it Steelbook.
I think so. Like the fact that I have the.
I think I got that for you as a present.
I think you did, because I asked for it because it was hard to find. The fact that I have the Metal Gear Legacy Collection, which is kind of hard to find, and I have everything in the paper sleeve with the Metal Gear book on it. Like those are neat things to have because a lot of my life revolves around games.
I'm sure pictures probably somewhere on our social media exist of my game shelves.
Probably, yeah.
But like I just got shelves on games.
Mm-hmm.
I've come to the point where I have individual like themed shelves.
Yeah.
I have a Mario shelf and a Pokemon shelf and a Zelda shelf.
You lost a Wiimote on your shelves because there was so much stuff on
Yeah, it
it.
was the Luigi one.
There's the Luigi one, and you
No,
were
it was the red one. I had the Luigi.
like, okay,
man,
one or the
yeah.
other. You were like, oh, I only have this one. I pointed to your shelf. I was like, what's that? He goes, that's my Wiimote.
I didn't know where that went.
I know. It was
Because
sitting.
it was sitting in a way that, because all the way the shelves are set up, it looks like a collectible.
Yes.
Just sitting on the shelf with all the
Yes.
games.
I must have said
It-
it,
it looked like it was
almost a
being
year
presented.
prior because
Yeah.
I lost it. But I've come to the point now where I have too many Mario games
Okay.
to fit Also, too many Mario Amiibo.
So now it's on the Sonic game.
I have too many Mario Amiibo and Mario games to fit on my Mario shelf.
Yeah.
It's like you guys got me as a present the Mario cereal. Like that's kind of jammed up in there because I don't really have anywhere else to put it yet. Mm-hmm. And like all the Amiibo are just kind of crammed onto the shelf. Mm-hmm. If I get like 2 more Mario themed Amiibo, they ain't gonna fit.
Right.
And excuse me. And the games are like all the way to the edge. I have them sorted by release order. Well, they're split into 2 parts. There's console release order, and then after that is handheld release order. Mm-hmm. But there's so many of them that I have to turn them sideways and put them on top.
Yeah.
Because that shelf is full.
Right.
So I want to like reorganize, but I don't really know how to do that.
Yeah.
So you know how they have like special presentation cases?
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever seen those before? Mm-hmm. Like my grandmother has them because she collects depression glass, and so she just sold her house, and so she had like multiple of these cases. And I wish I'd have known that you were interested because she had like this huge one that was like custom made that she had to fucking get rid of because she minimized everything. And it has like special lighting on it. It would have been fucking glass shelves. It would have been awesome for you to present all your stuff.
You almost said epic, didn't you?
Maybe.
I saw you go, awesome. What I would like to do is to take my Amiibo off of the shelves. Because right now I have them in front of like the games that they represent. Mm-hmm. But I would like to take them off of that shelf and put them somewhere else displayed by themselves.
You know what you should do? You should move to Houston, buy a house, and then we can get all this set up for you.
Okay.
Now.
Epic.
About 4.5 more, or 3.5 more years.
That's what makes it say we're up to 4.5.
3.5.
Okay.
3.5.
Okay.
I heard.
And Brandon's coming. He's actually staying here. He's not going home. He's not
Yeah, we
flying
actually
home.
canceled his plane ticket. He lives here now.
I canceled his plane ticket. He's
I gotta
staying
go
here
home.
now. No.
I need my computer.
No.
That's okay. Ashley will ship
Ashley
it.
will ship it.
Yeah, it'll
It's
ship
too
it.
long.
We got Alpha here.
Yeah, we
God,
have
no.
so many computers in this house. You can last the 7 days it takes for her to get back
not.
there, pack it up, and send it over.
Ashley's going to get home,
can't.
call Brandon. Brandon's like, where's my stuff? She's going to go, 7 days. And then hang up. And then Brandon's going to go,
God.
Brandon doesn't trust me to even look at his computer, let alone touch it.
we'll have Travis.
We'll have
do it.
Travis do it. Yeah.
Would you be okay with Travis disassembling everything?
I think that's.
Yeah,
He's not going to be
probably.
getting into it. He's disassembling it,
Yeah.
packaging it.
Yeah.
See, there you go. Have Travis do it.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
You're staying.
No.
Brandon's like, fuck.
I will give you your own room. I will give you your own bathroom.
Give
We
you
can
your
make
own
this happen.
cat.
I don't want my own cat.
You're getting a cat.
There was a thing on Twitter today about an animal shelter in Houston that was trying to find a home for a cat that kept unlocking the cages for other animals.
Son of a bitch.
That's
Smart
amazing.
little fuck.
Yeah, they.
What did they have? Did they have a name for the cat?
I cannot
Shifty?
remember. I cannot remember. But the picture of him was him behind a glass door, just staring into the camera. And what they had done is a little bit of convoluted. So imagine like a string looped over the door handle, tied to opposite ends of a broomstick,
Yeah.
so that even though he knows how to actuate the handle and pull it, the broomstick that is hanging below won't let the door open. They had to basically...
So it's kind of like when you have a sliding glass door and you put a broomstick to keep it from opening.
Yes,
Yeah.
but they had to do that for a swinging door, and they had to figure out a way to keep this cat from opening the door.
He sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want that cat in my house.
He
but
would be
I like
through
that
these
cat.
cat doors immediately.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh,
So,
God.
we can get that one for you.
So, Clay, I know you've been gone a lot
I
lately.
have been, and
You-
it's not likely to end anytime soon.
You went to fucking Cleveland, which there is nothing in Cleveland. I'm glad you came
Gaffer
back
tape.
from
Drew
Cleveland.
Carey.
Cleveland!
Whoop. I had to go pick you up. It was late.
Oh, I forgot that this was happening.
It was kind of sketchy. I mean, I love the airport that I usually go pick up because it's hobby and that's where Southwest is, and we kind of like decided Southwest is just like our place to be. But it was late, and your plane got delayed like an hour,
Yeah.
and so I had to go to like this really shifty Walmart to like shop around, like waste time because I couldn't. They won't let you stop at the fucking airport. You can't.
No.
You have to keep fucking going around and around and around and around and around. I got tired of doing that. And then it picked you up, and you got in the car, and you were just like, oh my God, that was a plane ride. And I want to know the story. You told me one, but you've apparently held out some stories on me. I want to hear your plane stories.
So every time I leave town for work, there is inevitably some some plane-related event that is kind of the signature of the trip.
Okay.
One was the girl that was falling asleep to the sides and in the aisle.
Didn't you already say that on a podcast?
Yeah, for that one, that was one of them. For this one, I was like, I had gone through like 3 plane trips, and because I had a connecting flight there and a connecting flight there, so plane. I was on the 4th plane trip, and nothing weird had happened
Yet.
and I was like, what?
I didn't say that to my microphone, but I said yet.
Also, I turned my mic off.
I didn't. He didn't.
I was like, what the heck is this? Is going to be an uneventful plane ride, and it wasn't.
It wasn't.
It wasn't. But so there's a story I'll get to in just a moment. But on the first plane, on the way there to Cleveland, I made a mistake. And this was my story. I was the story of somebody else's trip.
Oh. I don't. Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah. So I'm hesitant to tell this story, and you'll see why.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
I'm gonna.
he's going to.
He's gonna.
Chubb's like, no.
So
you better don't.
So yeah. So I was going to Cleveland, and I went from Houston to Denver.
Oh, Denver.
Denver to Cleveland. And when I landed in Denver, I had some time. And I was like, I woke up super early, took a plane, didn't have time to get like a good, healthy breakfast. I'm freaking hungry. I got time to kill. I'm going to get something to eat here in Denver. And I didn't just want like the stuff that I could get normally. I just wanted something like unusual. I was like, hey, let's branch out, see what they got here. So I walk around, and they have this combo teriyaki crepe restaurant. It's like a stand.
Like teriyaki jerky?
Like chicken teriyaki and rice and stuff like that.
For some reason, whenever the word teriyaki gets thrown, I think jerky
Yeah.
immediately.
So Chinese.
Jerky? I forgot about that.
So Chinese food on the right, crepes on the left.
That sounds like a combo.
And you order them at the same thing. It's like a KFC, Taco Bell kind of thing.
And you're in an airport.
At an airport. So I was like, you know what? I haven't had crepes in a long time. I'm gonna get me some crepes.
I was probably with you the last time you had crepes.
Yep,
probably
Carpe
were.
la crepe.
So first off, their menu TVs were malfunctioning, and one of them was turned off because the lady behind me, when I was done, just ordered a chocolate crepe, and I was like, I didn't know I could order just like plain crepes. I'm up here ordering like from the fancy stuff on the left menu, which is the only one that works.
Oh, you fancy, huh?
I'm fancy. So I get, and this is probably my mistake.
This was sign number 1, by the way. The malfunctioning TVs was sign number 1.
Stamp of quality. Nintendo seal of approval.
Said all of those things wrong.
Yeah. They're wrong. That's how you know they're not official. So I order a chicken and spinach crepe with like some sort of creamy sauce in the middle. Chicken and broccoli. You're right. Chicken and broccoli. Chicken and broccoli crepe with some sort of like.
I always thought crepes had sweet stuff in it.
They're
savory.
They do.
They can do
like chocolate, which is what the lady behind me ordered. I wish I would have known that. I would have got a strawberry crepe.
They could have savory crepes.
Could have avoided this.
I didn't know that. I think I'd enjoy a savory crepe over a sweet crepe personally.
I could have ordered a sweet crepe and avoided this whole ordeal. So.
I don't understand why Shelby's freaking out.
Because she knows where it's headed, and you will too here in a minute. So.
Did you? No, I'm not gonna say it.
So, I enjoy my chicken and broccoli crepe, and I'm like, man, that was good. It's exactly what I needed. And I was like, all right, I'm full. Yeah, hop on that plane, short flight to Cleveland, and finish my day. And as soon as I sit down on the plane,
I think I know why Clayton is hesitant to say the story now.
dude, I have to pass gas so bad. Like, there is like a carbonated drink in my stomach that's just slowly expanding. And it's like getting to the point.
Shelby is losing it right now.
So it's getting to the point where I'm just like, oh my god, this is going to be physically painful in a second. So I need to like, because we're about to take off, and pressure differences being what they are, I don't know what my stomach.
When you take in a bag of chips up in the plane and it goes to the air pressure,
it expands.
Yeah. It deflates when it comes down.
Sorry. Yeah.
So I need to fix this before it becomes a problem.
Were you in? What seat position were you in? Middle, window, or aisle?
I was window.
Oh,
I was trapped. So
No, I think you meant to say they were trapped.
yeah,
No, you weren't trapped in there with them. They were trapped in there with you.
that's right. So I'm just like, all right.
Do you need a napkin? Do you need a napkin? I can go get you a napkin.
So I go, all right, we need to handle this. I need to figure this out. And I just kind of like position myself.
I need to figure this out. What? Go ahead.
Because, like, I have a balloon in my stomach.
I want to know what alternatives you were thinking.
And if I'm too aggressive, then I'm going to make quite a racket. And everyone's going to know it was the
Can I make a prediction of how the story ends?
You can go.
I would like to make a prediction.
Go for it.
You were like, okay, I'm going to get up and go to the bathroom and just pass gas and come back. You stand up, start scooting in front of the lady, and you fucking fart in somebody's face.
Not quite.
Damn it.
Not quite.
You're not far off. But so I go, all right, we need to handle this. We need to start chipping away at the problem.
Have you heard this story, Shelby?
This is the one I have heard.
Right.
There's one that's worse than this?
I don't know the other one.
She doesn't know the other one, remember?
This is the one that I laughed so hard I missed my exit driving home.
The other one's not as bad, but it is my
You get
story.
off topic. I want to finish out this. Come on, finish out your story.
So I go, all right, little bit at a time. Let's start like
Eking it out?
relieving pressure.
Oh, God.
And so I just start microdosing out of.
Do you have the reflexes to silently eke it out?
Yeah,
Because I can do that.
I got it handled. It's no problem.
I've been doing it the entire time I've been here.
He's got a.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
I'm in the process of solving the problem. And then there's another problem.
Oh, no.
There's a little doo-doo in there.
I had broccoli. And it
No.
smelled
Oh, no.
horrible.
Where you going?
And so first off, I'm like taking teaspoons away from the problem out of a gallon bucket of like an issue that I'm trying to deal with.
He's dying.
And I'm just like, I am going to fumigate this entire plane.
You just crop dust of the entire fucking plane.
I am assaulting all of my neighbors.
I would have been like, if it were me, I'd have been like, oh my God.
First off,
Somebody here's nasty farts.
so it's it was like a 45-minute flight. I was expelling almost the entire time.
You never got up and went to the bathroom and just ripped one out?
No.
Why not?
Why not?
Because
Done with
I
it.
felt like that would draw more attention to myself and like reveal me as
No, you would have gotten up to go to the bathroom.
Now, this is which flight was this? Which number? This is the last one.
I'm going to tell you my flight number. Yeah. This
No, but I mean like out of the order of the
This
flight.
is flight number 2.
So this is you landing at your final destination.
Yes.
Okay.
So to speak.
So
This is you landing in Cleveland.
how many people know you in Cleveland? So what does it matter?
You know what? Fuck them. Rip a nasty fart and be like, sorry.
You should just stand and be
What are you
like,
gonna do?
I have an announcement.
Go.
It wouldn't have been that.
Okay, guys, everybody, I'm sorry. But
That's what it would have sounded.
now I feel better. It's
But
done with.
To be fair, the second he goes, everybody, you'd be tackled to the ground.
Yeah.
And then
Attention, please.
and then a flight attendant would be having a bad day.
The flight marshal would have been like, sir,
I'm gonna need you to get some new pants. So yeah, that was.
he would have said, attention everyone, flight marshal tags you. You fart and kill the flight marshal. The flight marshal.
Is there always a flight marshal?
Yes.
I think there's
there
at
is.
least one,
Yes.
and I think they are not in uniform, so you don't know
No.
who it is.
No, I know
That's
that,
the
but I
point.
wasn't sure if
That's
there
a
was...
game I play. Is who is it?
Right.
So you missed the part where there was this couple
Oh,
in
right,
the row
right,
in
right.
front of him.
There was a couple in front of me. This guy was in front of me, and offset next to him was his girlfriend, who was having some sort of medical issue because she was like draped in a blanket and laying her head on his shoulder, and he was like rubbing her back. Meanwhile, I'm just blasting this girl full force because she has direct line of sight.
No.
Where you should have like pointed your legs so like they would go right through.
Just shoot it.
You're like, all right, here we go.
So
Lock
it's
and
like,
load.
so basically it's like that inflatable couch when we took the nozzle open. It's just
and every time I'm just like, all right, little bit, and I'm just like, oh my god, it's so terrible. And I have a bad sense of smell. So if it's offensive to me,
So what did we learn?
no more broccoli crepes.
Okay.
No, if you have to rip ass, go to the fucking bathroom.
No,
and
we
rip
learned
ass.
no more broccoli crepes before a flight.
Okay, 2 lessons. No more
They
broccoli
were-
crepes. Rip ass in the bathroom and be done with it.
They were really good crepes.
I might be getting more.
I'm probably gonna get more. The other story, which is not nearly as vulgar, is on the final trip, the very last one. When I was asking myself, what's gonna be the one aside from my
you being the one.
Crop dusting it.
aside from me being the pest control.
At least when the people tell that story, they won't know who it is.
Exactly.
So you're somebody's story, but they don't know it was you.
Until
don't-
they
yeah.
see this video
Until-
and they're like, that fucker,
Right.
that was him.
Until
Our,
this
our
video-
large audience.
I'm
in
thinking
Cleveland.
about like checking out a new podcast. Oh, here's a nice one.
Yeah.
They're just talking about like general.
I'm gonna start at episode.
I recognize him. I recognize him.
Yeah.
An hour and 17 minutes later,
The long-haired
this
guy that always
fucking
wears
guy.
Yeah. So yeah, the last leg of my trip, I got a front row seat to this.
Oh, God.
Everybody on the plane was watching Game 7 of Nationals Astros in the World Series. I was fixated on something else because the lady I had an aisle seat directly across the aisle from me, took it upon herself.
Oh no.
To give every single member of the flight attendant staff a no less than 20-minute lecture on the ins and outs of airplane fire safety.
What?
Why?
I don't know. So I was listening to podcasts, and I kind of dozed off. So I don't know how long the first guy was there. So I just kind of opened my eyes, and there's a guy like knelt down next to her, and there's like the loud hum of the plane, and I can see her like pointing to things on a tablet, and he's like, yeah, like kind of entertaining her. And he's like, yeah, we have those. Those are really effective, and she mentioned gloves. The first thing I heard was talking about the nitrile gloves. And I was like, is she concerned with like sanitation because there's so many people on board and they're serving food to everyone and they have to touch everyone's food? And
They usually
then
wear gloves when they do that.
that's what I
No,
mean.
because it's sealed.
Right.
I've never seen them wear gloves ever.
That was what I thought she was hung up on, was like crew sanitation. But the more I listened to it, she kept using the word fire. I must have heard the word fire 300 times in the span of this 2-hour
That
flight.
seems like a great word.
They were flipping coins back there whenever her help light came on. They were like, oh, fuck. Okay.
It wasn't a help light. It wasn't a help
It was just
light.
whenever someone walked past her.
I'd be
No.
like, ma'am, I'm sorry.
It was a revolving door. One person would leave, the next person would show up and kneel down. I don't understand what control this lady had over this flight staff.
Maybe she was like some kind
Maybe
of
she was the
inspector.
marshal.
I certainly
She
hope so.
definitely had the fire marshal on his edge, though. He was like, why
Yeah,
is this lady talking about all these people? Why is she talking about fire? Why is she talking about fire?
right. So every single one of them.
Does the flight attendants know who the marshal is?
No,
Well, I thought they would.
no,
I feel like they shouldn't.
no.
So yeah, every person that worked on that plane, aside from the pilots, and she would if she could have gotten to them, got a full dissertation about
Pilot?
The,
Do
yeah.
you have a moment?
Pilot?
Do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior fire?
But she's screaming it through the thick door, so all they hear is fire.
And they just
Jesus
pull the
invented
like
fire!
fire suppressant thing and just sprays everybody.
Just wanted to make sure it works. So yeah, she's like, I come to, and she's been talking to this dude for I don't know how long.
That poor fire marshal from Clayton's first plane is in on
Yeah.
the second plane and has to
Jeez,
tackle
what is-
this woman talking
You're a
about
lightning
fire.
And which flight was this?
This is the last
was,
flight.
This
was
was
four.
Chicago to Houston.
Okay.
So yeah, and every time one of them leaves, I go, well, that was weird because this girl sitting next to me, she had a dog, by the way.
Nice.
Very, very well behaved dog.
Good boy.
So yeah, every time one of them leaves, I go, wow, that was weird. I wonder what they were. And as soon as I would get that sentence out, another one would show up. And I was like, well, are we doing this again? Is she complaining about things? Because it seemed like,
She's
That is
training.
Was she
weird.
really
Kind of.
old?
yes, she was like 60s. There was no amount of reassurance
My mom's not gonna like that.
There's no amount of reassurance that they could give her that would satisfy her concerns over fire safety.
It makes me think that maybe she has some kind of condition or something that they arranged ahead of time with the flight
They
company
were
to be like, hey, we need you to
extremely
be
accommodating.
Exactly.
Because they didn't do anything except for tend to this lady's need for like
Attention.
for socialization.
She's a recovering pyromaniac.
Exactly. But yeah, they were talking about like the vacuum systems and how like when the oxygen masks were last tested and stuff like that.
Oh my God.
She was going down. She had a checklist on her tablet.
So
And
she's a plane inspector.
I have no idea, dude.
Maybe
It's
she
like-
was some kind of inspector.
I guess
They're like, oh, we have to inspect this plane, but we also need it for this flight, so let's just do them at the same time.
Where's one son?
But yeah, everybody
I wonder
else.
if they
on
were-
the plane-
Meanwhile, halfway through the flight, it's like, so the engine test failed.
we got to turn around, go back to
Ladies and
Chicago.
gentlemen.
We're gonna have to
Yes.
glide the rest of the way.
I'm now
Yeah.
curious. Maybe if she was like testing them or something.
I don't know. It didn't seem like she was giving pass-fail questions. She was just like, I'm going to talk and you're going to listen.
It's like you have to get your continuing like CEs, continuing education credits.
Yeah.
It's like
She was
you
rolling out.
she was giving them out,
I hired
baby.
a tutor to keep them all.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, everybody else on the plane was concerned with the Washington, Houston.
So they didn't care what was going on.
Yeah, but me, I was like, there's a million people watching.
Here's my in-flight movie.
Yeah, everybody in the world is watching the World Series. I got front row seats to this right here. This is my show, and it was
Everyone's cheering for like a home
That
run
was
or
the-
whatever, and then you're like, and another flight attendant.
I swear it got up to 4.
Were they all
Four people.
Astro fans?
Probably. So I would
Like, was there any audible like yes?
Yes. So that's the weird thing. It was very quiet, other than Chatty Cathy. So every once in a while, I'd hear, yeah, oh yeah, come on, baby.
Was it one guy or like a bunch of people?
The dude right behind me, he was just like, come on, yeah. Just super excited.
I went to a friggin' it was like one of those bar restaurants. It wasn't a sports bar,
Okay.
but they were playing. I think it was the UFC nights. Is that what they are?
Oh, it's UCF thing.
UCF
Yeah.
nights. UFC is that Weird Al movie.
UFC is like
It's fighting.
That's UPC.
No, it's not.
UFC is
It's
fighting.
UFC is-
United.
It's fighting.
What is
The
U
Weird
is
Al-
fighting
What's the Weird
champions?
Al movie?
Yeah.
What's the U though?
Oh wait, so okay, so
Ultimate Fighting Championship.
So UPC is the Breckin-Meyer movie. UHF
UHF.
is
Anyways,
UCF.
we were watching the Knights
yeah.
play somebody, and we weren't because I was at a bar with my parents and my sister and we were eating, and there was nobody was paying attention to it. It wasn't even in Orlando, I don't think.
Yeah.
But there was one guy in full Knights
Oh my
regalia,
God.
Face paint,
not that far, but like hat, like a jersey, and
chainmail.
like he had like the
Horse.
yeah.
Live
He was a knight,
Right.
But you know what I mean. And like, he was the only one doing this. But like, the knights would score, and he'd stand up and go, "Yes!" And I'm
Yeah.
like, sorry about that.
No, it's fine.
He would scream at the time. He'd stand up and scream, and I'm like,
Yeah.
read the room. Like, I would understand. I would understand if he was at a sports bar and the whole room was doing it.
And you are one of 15 people.
If
doing
I'm the guy at the sports bar eating chicken wings and not screaming, I'm the weird one.
Right,
Yes.
Yeah.
But he was at like an Applebee's.
Sir, this is an Arby's.
It was like an apple Arby's. Gross. We were like, it wasn't an Applebee's, it was Ike Applebee's. And he was freaking out and screaming.
Yep.
And I'm like, is anybody gonna like
Nope.
This is
No.
very.
I mean,
This is very disruptive.
yeah.
And nobody did anything. And I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah.
But it was very obnoxious and annoying.
Yeah.
But another story.
Okay.
Slight backtrack on a different on the plane subject.
All right, let's go.
I got
What-
one after that.
Are you gonna talk about the other
No,
thing?
mine wasn't about our flight. Mine was actually about my flight.
Because I wasn't gonna talk about the thing you're thinking of.
Okay.
I don't know what you're thinking of.
Very cryptic.
The guy who
Very.
made you check your bag. I'm not gonna talk about that.
no, I wasn't gonna talk about that. But
I'm gonna talk.
can
I was gonna talk
that.
about how on our flight from Orlando to
Charlotte.
Excuse me. On our flight from Orlando to Charlotte, it was a very empty flight, and I was on a row all by myself, and then they were on a row by themselves, but they were in the back,
We were like 5 or 6
and they were
rows behind
like,
them.
I don't remember what the original idea was. I'm like, why don't you all just sit on my row?
Well, no,
When
they,
he scanned
no,
your ticket,
He
he
scanned
told
your
me.
ticket.
He scanned my ticket.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. He scanned my ticket and told me, you're in a row by yourself. I'm like, oh, cool. And he scanned their tickets, and he didn't say that, but they were technically, but they didn't know.
All right.
They're like, all right, well, we got to sit with some random. I'm like, you can sit next to me.
Yeah.
There's nobody sitting on my row.
Right.
So they came and sat next to me. It turned out that their row was empty too, but it didn't matter because we all just talked.
Yeah.
Well, and then the lady behind us was like, "One of you come sit back here."
Yeah, 'cause she was in her row by herself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we were like, no, we're all friends. She's, well, if you get tired of each other, you know,
Yeah,
like,
it was really weird.
She really wanted to talk about fire
it
safety.
was weird, but
Yeah.
it was nice. But
It was
weird.
weird, but it was like nice. It was like a nice gesture, but it was still weird.
She wanted to tell you about fire safety. That's what
She was on her
said.
way to Cleveland.
And then, like,
Yeah.
she like 2 times after that, while we were talking amongst ourselves, like, chimed into our conversation.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hate
And we were like,
that.
and then she
Yeah.
stopped. I think she got that we didn't really want to talk to her.
She kind of
Yeah.
creeps up to the area, the
Shoving her head between 2 seats.
Yeah.
Like, she's just like, hold my mic. She just like pushes her face in, like, "Ooh, what are you guys talking about? I agree
And
with
she's
you."
like, whoa, am I right, guys?
Oh my
Hey,
god.
hey, whoa,
No,
hey,
the
whoa.
first flight was like empty.
It was
There was
dead.
probably about 20 people on the
And
flight.
if
Yeah.
they had gone back to their seat, they wouldn't have had a rando. It had just been the
Those
two of
flights are
them.
Yeah.
so good.
But I'd rather all 3 of us sit in a row anyway.
Yeah, no, it made more sense because the fact that they split us up anyway was super weird anyway because we were booked all together yet they split us up.
Did we check in late or something?
No, we were checked in on time and everything.
Because I thought like
No. Because like Brandon and I were sat together and you were sat separately from us. But
what is it called when you're in a group when they call in like
our
group A?
group,
Oh,
but our
boarding?
group was all together. Our boarding group is the same.
We were all 9.
We were all 9. But
We were the
I
last
don't know.
group. And
Also,
I don't understand how it even got to group 9 when there were so little people
the
on
Yeah.
the
first,
plane.
the first flight, the guy was
They
like,
could have went group 1 and everyone could have gotten on.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
the first flight they were like group 1 and group 2. All right, group 1 through 4. All right, group 1 through 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9. And the guy was like, I think he was looking at the itinerary. He's like, there's nobody on this flight.
Yeah. Yeah, the second flight was not like that. We actually had to sit separately.
That flight was packed.
Yeah,
We
that
were
flight was
close
packed.
to each
We were-
other,
yeah.
but we were within talking distance of each other,
Yeah.
but we weren't like together.
I mean, talking distance with you is across the whole plane.
No,
Well,
yeah.
it was with the talking distance of me and Brandon. How
It
about
was
that?
it
Gotcha.
was me and Ashley were across from each other, and then
I was
2
2
seats
seats
behind
back
me
from
was
him.
Logan.
Yeah.
So
Gotcha.
I could look across
So we
the
were
way
now.
and see her.
Yeah.
Right.
And Brandon, I could have leaned out and talked to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was able to pass Logan my phone at one point to charge my phone because my charger didn't work on my
Cool.
seat.
You know, they have
But-
a little thing
yeah.
down here.
Mine
Yeah.
didn't work, but Logan's did. So I was like, "Can you charge my phone?"
Yeah, because I plugged it in as soon as I got in there, and my phone charged up. And then later, Ashley was like, "Can you charge my phone?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah, like
She
mine.
goes, "You don't have to do it till yours is done." I'm like, "I'm done."
Yeah, like mine just didn't work. So, but like I was able to reach like far enough, like with my arm to like.
My
pass
surface, dead. Phone, full.
Phone dead. Surface dead. Titties tight as fuck.
it. No, what I was gonna say was my flight because like the week before that I was in New York and my flight coming back to Orlando was the first time ever, and I've flown a lot in my life. First time ever I've ever
Brag about
gotten.
I
I'm
can
not
count
bragging
on-
about it. I'm just saying that like I've been on a lot of planes. This is the first time ever I've gotten the announcement. Is there a medical professional on board?
Oh.
And I was like, okay.
Yep.
I can count on both hands how many round trips I've done.
Oh no, I can't. Like but it was one of those things that I was like, I've never gotten that message before, and now I'm concerned.
Right.
So it was like one of those things. We didn't have to land the plane. Like nothing happened. We're like thank God, like there was nothing like that serious that we had to land. Like whatever it was taken care of. And they never told us what the issue was. Whatever it was taken care of in the back of the plane. But it was the first time that I had ever heard those words be like spoken on a plane, and I was like, oh, okay, like this is a thing now.
Yep.
So like something's gonna happen. Granted, I remember when Brandon and I were little.
Nine round trips.
Glad you were counting. When Brandon and I were little, apparently when we were flying to or from Vegas, there was an emergency medical issue on one of our flights, and we did have to emergency land. So it might have happened during that flight, but I mean, I was too young to remember. But I do remember the flight landing early, and our ears popped, and like I was like I got like my ears started hurting from that because we had to do an emergency landing from it. But we were really young. I had to have been about 7. He was about 5. So like that was like a long time ago. So, but I don't remember that being a medical issue. But this was the first time in my like memory that I was like, oh, this is like a real thing. Like something could happen. We could have to land somewhere with this plane with something happening on board. Mm-hmm. So like it was scary to be like, oh, someone's like having some issues.
But this was actually alone.
Yeah, this was the New York trip was when I come back alone. But I don't know if you remember the Vegas thing because that was forever ago. That was, we were really little.
I mean, I don't know if I think it was with Dad, but it might have been one of the ones when I was alone on the plane, where the plane was delayed 2 hours because they had to swoop through the plane because they thought something was on it.
I'd be like, no, can't. I'll just
wait. They had to sweep through the entire plane, and they're like, nope, it's fine, it's clear.
Okay.
And I'm like, great.
Yeah.
I'm like, now I'm getting on this plane, and I'm 2 hours late.
Yeah.
I think that medical thing happened to us one time. When we were on Southwest, we were sitting in that front row, but it happened before we left.
We had to divert to New Orleans. And they wheeled a lady past us in a wheelchair. Did we? We actually landed in New Orleans? Yeah.
Oh, I don't. Oh, you're right, we did.
Because I remember them saying.
And it took forever to get back.
Because I remember them saying, if your final destination was New Orleans, you just got here way earlier.
Oh, yeah, there were 2 ladies that got off.
They were like, shoot, I'm like 6 hours ahead of schedule now.
Yeah.
Because they were flying past New Orleans and then coming back. So,
wow.
Yeah. How fortunate for them, really.
Yeah.
That's weird. I mean, granted.
what do they do at that point? Do they go back to the desk and be like, yeah, we don't need our last flight. Give us a refund.
I don't know if they refund or they just credit you. But
also, like, that's time saved, so it's even worth it.
I would be like, take it. I don't care.
Yeah.
I got where I wanted to
they have to
early.
reroute your bags. Because,
I think they pulled the bags off because we spent so long sitting there.
That's the part I don't know. Yeah, I guess they would.
We spent so long. Because they had to then wait for us to be able to have clearance to go.
And that was when you guys were on your way to New York
to make sure that none of their final destinations.
No, I don't know where we.
Because you guys
got delayed.
It had to have been sometime when we were going back and forth from either Orlando or Jacksonville, though, because we did direct flights to New York.
But you guys got delayed for that, right?
That was just because of weather. Because there was this bad storm between Houston and New York.
Got it.
And if somewhere I think in the Carolinas that it fucked us.
I don't know. I just remember like you guys were delayed because
I remember you had to transfer the room name to my name so I could check in.
Yes.
And if you guys had been there on time, we actually could have got a nicer room or something like that.
Well, Shelby missed my bachelorette party because they were delayed.
I did. Yeah. We got in like midnight
New York
or something.
delayed flights are all the time.
Yes.
I've sat on a plane for 4 hours literally at the gate because they wouldn't have the plane, but they already de-iced the plane. And then they're like, all right, we're gonna wait for tower, and then they're like, and then like an hour later, you see the truck come by again, they de-iced the plane again. They're like, we're still waiting for tower, and then they're like, all right, we're gonna deplane everyone. And
the one flight was canceled, right?
No, that one wasn't canceled.
Which was the one
they kept us there for another 45 minutes, and then they're like, all right, tower is giving us the okay, so we're gonna start boarding again.
Wasn't it New York though that one of your flights was canceled? Mom had to come pick you back up from the airport. Or was that an Orlando one? I can't remember. There was one flight that Brandon's flight got canceled, and he had to get picked up.
My flight got canceled. It was from Orlando to New York because me and Travis were at Black Rock.
Oh, that's right.
And I went to go check. I went to go check into the flight, and it's like your flight has been canceled, and I'm like, woo!
Yeah. Brandon's had bad issues with flights.
Yeah, and then I told Mom, and Mom's like, I'll just reschedule it, and I came in a week later.
But I could have sworn there was one where you were like at like JFK or something for like an hour, and then
I've never got canceled while at an airport. That's the only one that's got canceled.
Or you got delayed or something.
I've been
really
delayed.
Bad. I mean, yeah.
In 1999, I have family in Montana, and we flew there and spent New Year's with them for the Millennium. For the year 2000. And on the flight back, we got super delayed. Like not long enough to leave the airport and get a hotel.
Right.
But short enough that it was like,
shy of that.
Oh my God, I just want to go home because we'd already been in Montana for like 2 weeks. Yep. And we wanted to go home. We were all miserable. Yep. So there's nothing we could do.
Yeah, that was me in what was it? Chicago. Yeah, that was me in Chicago. My layover was 2 hours and 45 minutes, which is not enough time to leave, but it's enough time to just walk around the airport with your hands in your pockets and just like, I'm just here for...
I live here now.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, we've had flights canceled for snow. We've had flights canceled. Like, I think we had one flight canceled, though, when we were going back from New York to Orlando. And they were just like, well, flight's canceled. We'll just have to go home whenever the flights are available.
Blizzard.
Yeah, there's blizzards. Like, it is what it is. Like, we've had so many things with travel that it is what it is. So
I'm never in a rush, so I never care.
Yeah.
On the these guys, Ashley and Brandon have signed up for TSE PreCheck, so they just have it.
So worth it.
And I don't know if it's because I was in the same group as you guys, but for the flight here, I got TSE PreCheck because apparently you could just get it randomly.
Yeah.
So I was able to go with them through the short line, just past because the Orlando security is actually really long.
Always.
And
it's because they always have the
dog
they always
out.
have the bomb dog out.
Yeah.
I want to pat him, but everybody tells me not
Even
to.
when he's not there, he's always out. They're like it's like TSA dog do not pet. They always have the thing set up. Even when the dog's not there, it's still set up. And they're like,
he's so good at his job, you don't even see him.
Right.
But I'm really hoping I get TSA PreCheck on the way home.
Because otherwise it'll suck.
Otherwise,
I feel like the
on the
Houston
other side.
airport. I feel like the Houston airport's a lot bigger than the Orlando airport.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
IAH is quick.
Yeah. Otherwise, we'll be like,
they
we'll
move.
see you at the gate. Bye.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, we've left from it before.
Or just decide.
I mean, you've left from this airport before, so
Did it take us very long to get
it
through?
didn't take us very long.
I don't really remember.
I don't
We
know.
kind of just like walked in right through.
If I didn't have pre-check, I would have missed flights.
Atlanta is the only one that I'm like. Atlanta and Jacksonville is the only one's like, oh fuck me.
Orlando's bad.
MCO's pretty bad.
I've done Orlando. It's not as bad as I fucking hate Atlanta. And Jacksonville's just bad because it's a little bit long, but it's like, bitch, you thought that the AC would work here, but no. We're going to put it in a spot where there's like no air vents that hit and you're all going to be jammed in and you're always just like, I can't, this is killing me. But Atlanta's just fucking packed.
Right.
Yeah.
And they have these weird, like small little tiny rooms that like this place was not originally set up to be able to have these many people coming through. They did not think it well, but I've never had a problem with Orlando. It's Atlanta, Jacksonville, I fucking hate.
When I was coming to RTX, what are you laughing for?
Because your finger.
Your proclamation.
Teacher?
I'm very expressive.
I
When I was on my way to RTX of the year 2018.
Right. This is the last story of the podcast. Make it a good one.
It waited a long time in the TSC line.
Okay, perfect.
Wow.
And thank you for watching Carpe Boredom podcast number 8. If you'd like to see more of our content, you should go to carpeboredom.com, where it has links to all of our social medias, as well as to our YouTube channels where we have VODs and our archived Twitch streams. Check us out on Twitch. We stream Tuesday through Saturday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/carpeboredom. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out and chilling with us in Houston, for hanging out for Extra Life, and chit-chatting it up for an hour and a half.
You're welcome.
Has it been an hour and a half?
Yeah.
An hour
It
and
has
40
been
minutes.
an hour and
actually.
40 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Turn it off.
Bye.
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 Bye.